Why didn't it beep?
I don't know, but the light's blinking. So.
Why was the lights blinking? So, what is today?
Today is May 12th, 2021.
It's a Wednesday, right?
It's a Wednesday,
Yeah, it's a
and
Wednesday.
Shane went to an auction this morning.
Yes.
I thought he was going to be driving home a red Corvette.
Just couldn't bid up that high, I gotta say. I went there with one in mind. It was a real nice red one. And, oh, let me turn on the soda light. Hold on. There we go. Okay.
There you go.
So, you go there with this one in mind that I saw online and looked really good. It was a 2014.
2014.
But it only had 10,000 miles on it. I mean, it was in mint condition, and it was one of the higher trim levels with all the fancy whiz-bang stuff on it. So it'd be easy to resell. So my target price mentally was $44,000, and I'm figuring, all right, I can easily sell it for $50,000, and make profit. Plus, at $44,000, they would have charged me like $1,000 for dealer auction fees and stuff anyway. So you always got to factor that in.
Right.
And I went and looked at it beforehand, got to sit in it the whole 9 yards. I'm like, yeah, and the paint would look great. So anyway, the bidding started, and it just did not go well. Yeah, like, before I knew it, it was at 49,750.
Well, wasn't it like over 50,000 at first, and then they had to stop the...
Yeah. First, it just exploded like.
And then there was an error, like they had to start over.
Yeah, it went up to 52,000 before I even knew what was happening. I'm like, what? I mean, it just got displayed on the screen because they don't drive them through anymore, so they just display them on the screen. And I mean, the guy starts his babbling, blah, 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 yeah, we're here to buy, blah, 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 that kind of crap. And before I knew it, it was 52,000. I'm like, how did it go from 0 to 50? Because it had no reserve on it. So that's another thing that I was interested in, because I figured, okay, good. That means I might be able to get it at a good price. So anyway, all of a sudden the auctioneer, he says, oh, we're going to take a pause for a minute. And I'm all confused. I'm thinking, oh, what's going on here? So it's at almost 53,000 at this point. And the lady who is like the recorder lady who sits about 4 feet from the auctioneer, she comes over and whispers something to him, and he goes, oh, okay. And so he gets back on the microphone and he goes, all right, we're going to go ahead and start the bidding over again. I'm like, okay. So anyway, this guy who's sitting next to me, he says, I'll offer 40. So that's how he opened the bidding. I guess the auctioneer had jumped the gun and like started too high. So, which was great, because now it's back to 40. I'm thinking, oh, sweet, I might be able to get it. And there's also people bidding online. I mean, like hundreds of people online, and there's just maybe like 10 of us sitting in this one lane. There's 5 different lanes, but there's like, that one's the one where the Corvette was at. So anyway, the guy who was next to me, he started the bidding off of 40, and I'm thinking, okay, great. And I'm waiting to see what other people are going to do, and a couple more bids came in on the internet, and you can see it displayed on the screen, and it hit 44. And I figure, all right, well, if nobody else, chimes in, I'll go, 45, but that's it. And then before I knew it, like there was 2 guys on the internet like bidding against each other, and it ran all the way up to $49,750. And then that's where the one guy gave in, and he's like, no, I'm done. So it sold for almost 50 grand. So with dealer fees or auction fees,
right,
it's going to be at like 52.
So it turned out though, the guy that yelled 40 to get it started, he chased him down a little bit afterwards, and you can tell that story in a minute. But bottom line though, let me ask you this question: had he not yelled out 40, and you had, now that you know what's going on, had yelled out like 32, maybe it would have started at 32.
It would have.
Okay. That's what I'm thinking.
Because the guy
that guy kind of ruined it for everybody.
Well, he just chucked out a number. I mean, there was no way it would have sold for 32, not in the market today.
Okay.
So, and he knew he wouldn't even. When I chased the guy down and asked him why he like bid it, started bidding at 40, he said he was just helping the auctioneer start the auction. And he said if nobody else bid on it, and he actually got it for 40. Yeah. He's like, that would have been a huge deal for him. So it was a win-win either way.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's smart. I guess so. In the future, if you happen to be there and then nobody's bidding yet, and you want to just throw out a low number that you can live with, then there you go. Now you know you can do that.
Yep. So
You're learning all kinds of fun stuff.
I am, and I also learned don't go to the auction when you have allergies.
Did you
Because
start-
we almost bought I think it was a 2019. It was a nice truck.
Oh no!
Yeah, it was a Chevy Silverado 2019. Yeah, we almost bought it. What happened was,
I hit this. I'm in a meeting. Tied up in another- There we go. Sorry.
so anyway, what happened was, I'm sitting there, and I think it was a few minutes after the Corvette thing, and I'm still watching some other cars roll through or be displayed on the screen, and I'm also looking at my iPad because I've got all the cars available for the day pulled up, and so I'm looking, I'm like, okay, there's a 2019 Silverado, it's nice, and so anyway, I'm looking around doing a few things, and the auctioneer's going blah, 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 and I look and it's up to 35 grand, and I'm thinking, well, it's not too bad of a price for a, almost brand new truck.
Oh,
And
no.
all of a sudden the auctioneer looks back at me, he goes, you want to increase your bid, sir? And last chance. And I'm like, wait a minute, did I bid at all? I mean, I didn't know. I'm
What'd
like,
you do? You touched your nose?
wait, I'm like, no, I'm good. Like I knew what I was doing. I had no idea. Apparently, at somewhere around 33,500, 34,000, I scratched my nose like this, and he thought I did. So that shot it up, and he was actually giving me a chance to go up my bid so I could get it if I wanted it. And I had no idea I was even bidding. so
Sit on your hands.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, I did all I did was scratch my nose like.
I told you.
What? Scratching my nose. It wasn't like I held up my tag and went, yeah. Raised my arm way up like all these other guys do.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's how they do it in the movies, though. They just go like that.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you know the guy, I did see other people doing that. They're like, Adam, you want to, but me, I'm brand new. I'm a guy in the orange shirt. Nobody knows who I am. Next thing I know, I'm in the middle of a bidding war.
Oh my god.
So-
Yeah, somebody now paid like an extra grand because of you.
That's an extra,
Pretty much.
yeah, at least an extra 500 because it was going in $500 increments.
Great.
So yeah, moral of the story is, don't go to the auction with allergies, or with me, I guess.
Or with you.
Unless you want to buy something. At least it was something good, not like a Kia Sportage or
Oh my
something.
god. Yeah, that'd have been.
I would have just left it there. Yeah, I'll pay for it, but I don't want it.
Well, great job.
So-
I'm proud of you for
Thank you.
going down there, getting up early, and getting out there, and
Yeah.
putting yourself out there for it.
It was a good experience. I mean, I met a couple of new guys, and one guy owns this other dealership called Thrifty Car Sales down in Chandler, and he offered to have me come down and tell me some secrets of the trade
Yeah, that'd
on
be great.
how
You
to
should take them up on it.
how to bid on good cars and so forth. So I think I'm going to. I'm going to go to the Manheim auction tomorrow. I haven't been to that one before. It's in downtown Phoenix, so
Cool.
it's supposed to be twice the size of the one today.
Sounds
So we can
great.
check that out. So anyway,
Good job.
that's my auction story. All right, I'm out
All
of
right.
here.
Thank you.
Later.
Good job.